Hello and welcome to another edition of the Cemetery Podcast. We have a lot of good things in store for this show. We are going to be discussing one of the most famous cemeteries in the country. If it's one you haven't been to, well, shame on you. It needs to be on your list. We are also going to be discussing one of the most visited graves in America because it's one of the most famous people in America. We're also going to share another cemetery hunting tip with you that will make you very comfortable and again may actually save your life. We are also going to be discussing one of the coolest veterans memorials that I have ever laid eyes on. We are going to be discussing another cemetery symbol, and I am going to tell you one of the most intriguing tales that happened to us in our encounters when we discovered the oldest graves in the city of Louisville. All that and so much more on this episode of the Cemetery Podcast.
Be sure to check out the Necro Tourist at all of your favorite social media outlets. Facebook, YouTube, Reddit, Twitter. You think of it, we're there.
All right, welcome back to the show. Right now, I guess it was pretty popular in the previous show, so I'm going to answer some more emails. This one came from Butch in Alexandria, Virginia, and Butch said, "What is your favorite cemetery that you've been to in Virginia?" Well, I have to tell you, Butch, we have been to several places there. We've been to Manassas. We've been to your hometown there of Alexandria. We've also been to Lee's Grave and a few others. But I think hands down it has to be the Hollywood Cemetery in Richmond, Virginia. I mean, there's two presidents there, a boatload of famous people. There's Confederates and regular U.S. Army Civil War generals alike. There's just it's history galore as well as a lot of incredible monuments. So yeah, it's definitely it. Okay, the next one, this one comes from Marcia in Springfield, Ohio. Okay, that's just north of us, not that far away. Do you guys ever visit battlefield monuments? Yeah, we do, actually, Marcia. We've been to quite a few. We make that one of the points. If we're in a city, we make that a point to stop. We've been to quite a few. And of course, like a lot of people, we made sure that we visited Gettysburg, and we spent 2 days in Gettysburg, and let me tell you, that isn't enough. If you've got time to go to Gettysburg, then make sure you spend 3-4 days there. That's definitely something we do. So yes, absolutely. You can check some of those things out on the Necro Tourist website. Okay, and here we go. Our final one. Oh, this is somebody who's really local. This comes from Patty, who is in Covington, Kentucky. What is your favorite cemetery in the Cincinnati area? Charlotte, you should have prepped me for this question. I wasn't ready for this. In the Cincinnati area, I think it'd be obvious if I said Spring Grove because it's one of the best. But I don't know. I kind of really enjoy one in your backyard there, Patty, Evergreen in Southgate, Kentucky, because it's one of the largest in the area. It's hugely historical in northern Kentucky, and it's one you should definitely check out. So there you go. There's the 3 emails that I have for this week. If you'd like to contact me, you can get to me on Facebook, or you can email me at thenecrotourist@thefuneralsource.org.
Welcome to the Ordinary Extraordinary Cemetery Podcast.
Join us each week as we explore old cemeteries and the stories of the people buried in them.
It's history, it's spooky, it's good old-fashioned undead fun for the whole family. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, welcome back to the show. Right now, we are going to talk about a veterans memorial that I visited in 2017, located in Springfield, Illinois. Yes, that's Springfield. And this memorial is located right on the corner of the Oak Ridge Cemetery, which is where Abraham Lincoln is buried, or actually entombed. Now, this is a very impressive monument. There were huge markers for each war, giant globe, huge individual soldiers, all kinds of things that were going on. It is again, there is a World War I memorial, World War II memorial. These things are put right on the corner of the street, so you don't really have the ability to drive up to them. It's more of a walking experience. One of my favorite features is the large 7-foot gray granite obelisk that has the large globe on top of it. That is absolutely amazing. Etched on all four sides are the names of the 112 Sangamon County soldiers and a nurse who died in World War I. The World War II monument was dedicated in 2004, and it's set up to honor the nearly million people who died from the state of Illinois in World War II. It's an impressive monument with all the battles in each theater are listed on the granite black walls. There is also the Illinois Purple Heart Memorial that was dedicated in 2016. There is also the Korean War Memorial Site honoring the 1,748 Illinoisans. Aren't you the Illini? I'm not sure. Somebody correct me. Hit me up on a message and let me know. Okay, back to my point. These were the people who fought in the Korean War. There is a 12-foot bronze bell that is there. There is also a Vietnam memorial that was dedicated in 1988 to the nearly 3,000 people who died in the Vietnam conflict. I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those things that when you go to the Oak Ridge Cemetery to see President Lincoln, you get obsessed by that, and certainly you should. But you must make a sidetrack over to the Illinois Veterans Memorial. It is worth every moment you will spend. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the announcement for the contest. If you are trying to win our Sugar Skull t-shirt, then this is what you need to do. Go to the Facebook page for the Cemetery Podcast, which is facebook.com/cemetery-podcast. Like the page. Then go down to the photos and you will find the picture of the Crazy Horse Memorial. When you do, like the picture, and in the comments section, tag yourself. If you tag yourself in the photo and like the page, you are then entered for the contest. We will be drawing for the contest winner at the end of February. You can be a winner with the Cemetery Podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cemetery Podcast. Right now, we are going to do what is called the Feature Cemetery. Today's Feature Cemetery is going to be one of the world-famous cemeteries in necro traveling. It is none other than the Crown Hill Cemetery in Indianapolis, Indiana. Crown Hill Cemetery was established in 1863. And it is 555 acres, and it is the third largest non-governmental cemetery in the USA. It has approximately 225,000 burials, and they do approximately 1,500 a year. It was added to the National Registry of Historic Places in 1973. It was built on top of Strawberry Hill, a summit that was later renamed the Crown, and it is the highest point of the cemetery, and it is overlooking the city of Indianapolis, and it is a nice view when you get up there. The cemetery was built in the rural garden style by Pittsburgh landscape architect John Chislett, who later became the superintendent, as well as Cincinnati horticulturalist and cemetery designer Adolf Stoch. Now, in 1866, they added the National Cemetery, which was 1.4 acres. That's sections 9 and 10. They've also added 4 acres for the Field of Valor, which is Iraqi and Afghanistan veterans. They also have the Confederate Mound, which is in section 32, that is. This is kind of interesting. It was from the POW camp of Camp Morton, and in 1931, they reinterred the guys there, and then later they added a memorial for the 1,600 people that are buried there. Interesting thing. There's actually all kinds of things in this place. There is the AIDS Memorial. There is the Heroes of Public Safety Memorial. There is the Medical Science Donor Memorial. There is also another cemetery that's located inside the cemetery, one of the old pioneer cemeteries. Now, when you're talking about famous people, they got famous people like crazy. They have, number one, I'm just going to roll off this list. It's going to be amazing when you think about this. Benjamin Harrison. And I know some of you don't know Benjamin Harrison is a president, as Jimmy Kimmel attested to recently. But yes, Benjamin Harrison, who was the 23rd president of the United States, he's buried there. There are several vice presidents that are buried there. Indiana's known for their vice presidents, really. Charles Fairbanks is there. Thomas Hendricks is there, as well as Thomas Marshall. There are 11 Indiana governors. There is a Kentucky governor, a Vermont governor, 12 senators, 9 congressmen, and a partridge in a... No, 21 Indianapolis mayors, 9 Civil War Union generals, 2 Medal of Honor recipients, and I'm still just getting started. Now we're going to talk about the racing people. We have the Allisons, Frank Wheeler, Arthur Newby, Carl Fisher. These are the guys that founded the Indianapolis Speedway. Then there are other Indianapolis 500 winners like Floyd Davis and Louis Schneider and Howdy Wilcox. Then there's also Irwin Cannonball Baker, a world record-setting motorcyclist. Then, now there's other names you hear of, like Robert Ursay, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts. Colonel Eli Lilly, of Eli Lilly Pharmaceuticals, one and the same. He's there. There is also Booth Tarkington, the Pulitzer Prize-winning author. He is right there. Sarah Bolton, poet. Also, James Baskett. James Baskett, the actor. You know, you're looking at yourself going, James Baskett, who do I... James Baskett, he's Uncle Remus. Uncle Remus is buried at Crown Hill. It's crazy, isn't it? It's just amazing. Also, NFL's Stacey Torrin is there. 2 Olympic gold medalists. Howard Garnes, the inventor of Sudoku. And I haven't even told you the most famous people that are there yet. Now I have to let you know that amazing, influential, award-winning poet James Whitcomb Riley, who is there, he is buried at the very top of the Crown Hill summit, an amazing outdoor monument with columns and a statue and all kinds of things. It is absolutely fantastic. He was buried there in 1917. It's amazing. Truly, he is at the crown of the crown. But the one person that everyone goes to see, no matter what, no matter who you are, they all go to see John Dillinger. That's right, John Dillinger is buried at Crown Hill. Legendary outlaw bank robber, John Dillinger is buried at Crown Hill Cemetery. It is amazing the amount of reasons that you should go to Crown Hill. I am thankful that I live only 90 minutes away from it, and I've been there several times. I would very much encourage you to spend a day there. I probably would encourage you to spend 2. And if you have 3, it's definitely going to be worth your time. This is a very necro traveler friendly cemetery. I've been there for events. I've been there for tours. I do tours there. I've had a good time there. And if you go to the Crown Hill Cemetery, I can guarantee you will enjoy every minute of it.
Be sure to join us for part 2, where we will be covering one of the most famous graves in America, cemetery symbols, some more cemetery hunting tips, and another tale from the Necro Tourist known as the Saints of Louisville.